I love a good hater, like. Mine were really okay, like they love me. Like, I'm gonna break my head. I think it's because oh god, yeah. I just wrote mine. Right now.
Alright guys, we're now live stream, so please act accordingly.
Praise. You hear me? You hear me? You hear me? Why did you not talk to me?
Why do you need that phrase? Because you know, I'm right here.
No, because I have to talk to you every single time. Just because I like this sweater.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. How was your birthday? It was very lovely.
Very good luck.
So you turned.
And you know what? Every single time I get out since turning 21, I have not been carded. And I am mad about that.
Another hour.
Like, bro, card me that. It was like the card. I said, what? And he's geeking the card. Geeking literally the night. The March 17th, I got carded. So the thing was like, oh, I got the one y'all can't sit here. You're not. Like the very night I'm about to turn. So ever since then, though, no. I'm like, bro, what?
Brian, you should, like, he would have messaged you. You'd be like, my birthday is literally just like 2 hours away.
You know, I should have, because I said my birthday is coming up. And that could be.
Coming up.
I know. I told
My
you.
birthday
Also,
tomorrow.
I should have just said it. Like 2 hours. It was literally 2 hours, bro. Please stop putting this
for
thing.
the last day, I'm just going to the last person. Yeah.
Awesome.
Myra. Why don't we all start?
It's between one of these.
Oh, it's between these two. I told this one, I'm like, wait a second.
It's typically wherever Cliff is at, I'm next, like, right, and someone here, Sean, and then,
You got to figure it out.
yeah. But now I got a newbie sitting next to me, I'm like, oh. And he asked me questions, I'm like, look, why do you think about that? Well, I was gonna say, well, no, I gotta be that guy. No, Cliff, you gotta sit, because I don't know where I'm supposed to be.
We are now live stream, so please act accordingly. Taylor, it did not take you that long. It did not take you that long to change your name.
Did you see me grab my water bottle when I was walking to the bathroom? Oh, Oreo. No, I left the. They put it in the chat. No, they answer our hair. They don't care. Rubber home, reach in, white. Put all that stuff. Water bottle. I'll just stick it in the bathroom. Like, look. Something that's not mine, it's bad. It's like one of these places. Yes. You're not done. Are you 21? Oh, daughter?
Alright, guys, it's now back here. Everybody, please be seated. Hey, Jordan, can you go to Jordan? All right, I'll call this meeting to order at 5:01. Senator McGuire, can you lead us in the pledge line?
Alrighty. One.
Great job. I'm loving the energy in the room. Everyone's looking nice, and dapper, with the Thomas and Steve. All right, we'll now move into the roll call. Attorney General on the floor. President Colbert.
President.
Vice President Edwards.
President.
Treasurer Correa. Chief of Staff Moody. Director Abdul. Assistant Director Willem. Director Johnstone. Assistant Director Robinson. Director Cunningham. Assistant Director Battle. Director Chiore. Assistant Director Perry. Director Ramos. Director Thaxton.
President.
Assistant Director Apporky. Director Thomas. Assistant Director Dodson. Director Sutton. Director Howard. Director Wonga. Assistant Director Pickney. Director Randiel. Assistant Director Coleman. Director Malas. Assistant Director Tayeb. Director Carr. Assistant Director Ajayi. Representative James. Representative Entwistle. Representative Thompson. Representative McCauley. Pro Tem Nawachin Mary. Government Operations Chair Ryan. Appropriations Chair Adesanya. Senator Brahami. Senator Brown. Senator Crosby. Senator Dangu. Senator Dobbin. Senator Higgs. Senator McGuire. Senator Moore. Senator Robinson. Senator Sedgwick. Senator White. Chief Justice McNeil. Chief Justice Adenaga. And Solicitor General Brown. All right, we'll now move to the approval of the minutes on the SharePoint. Are there any amendments to the agenda?
Yes.
Just the delegate. Chief Justice. Deputy. Yes, sir.
So I recommend on resolution 32 that we add Kennedy parents into the agenda.
Are there any motions on the board?
Point of information. I didn't hear what he said.
He said he recommended that we add Kennedy's bidder name to resolution 32. She's another justice candidate.
That point of information, to the chair, that should be made when we make the motion to review the bill. I mean, he's already on the bill, because the bill is already on. So we make that motion when we review it.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You can do it now or later. So you guys can say no now and do it later, or you can do it now, yeah, later. It's up to you.
Then, yeah, withstanding, I will move to make the motion to add Justice. And Yeah, I'll move to make a motion to add Justice Kennedy Bennett to resolution 32.
Somebody second.
A second.
We'll now move to a vote. All those in favor? All right, all those opposed? All those abstaining? All right, with that passes, so Kenny Bennett's name will be added. I'll add it to the list. We'll be going on there. All right, are there any other items on the agenda? Great, we do have a guest speaker today. Please, you're more welcome to the student organizations coordinator, Chris. We got goodies.
Promotional flyers. Thanks. Okay, also, you may feel free, once you guys get copies of the flyers, you can also share them with the audience. These are for everybody. So first off, hello, everybody. My name is Chris. I'm the coordinator for student organizations here at Towson. But I'm actually here in a slightly different capacity today as I serve as the co-advisor to the SGA election commission. So that is a group of 5 independent students, separate from SGA, who coordinate the SGA election every single spring. They have been selected, they've been hard at work. Hopefully, if you've been walking around campus, you've seen some of their flyers, whether it's on your own social media, chalking on the ground, they were tabling today. They're doing their best to promote you all and the work that your SGA does and to encourage your fellow Towson Tigers to run for SGA the upcoming academic year. And the reason I want to come talk to you is actually asking for 3 things to consider, but as a whole, the main thing I'm here to talk about is the importance of SGA and the role that you all play. Ultimately, the SGA elections are going to be successful or not successful, largely due to the work of the current SGA. And I did this similar speech last year because I think that it's very important that the most engaged students that should be engaged in this election should be the people in this room. The work of SGA for the long term and the work you're putting in this semester and last semester, the group that's going to carry it forward is going to be whoever is elected next this spring to carry it forward. And I always want to see every organization that's on this campus, the best thing you can do is set up the next group to be even more successful than you are. So there's a couple of things you guys can actually do that would directly impact the upcoming SGA election in a very positive way. The first, if you are not graduating and you are eligible, I strongly encourage you to consider running for SGA. That is the single most way of, hey, if you like your experience here, you should consider coming back to the organization next year. Currently, petitions are available in the SGA office. Marnice actually has them at her desk. So if you're interested in becoming a candidate, you must sign out a petition from Marnice, obtain 200 signatures, and have it back to Marnice by 4 o'clock on Friday, April 7th. It's 4:01, it will not be counted. It needs to be in by 4 o'clock sharp. So that's the first thing I would say. If you are enjoying your experience or you want to positively impact the Towson Tiger experience for the future, you yourself should run. The second thing you can do is talk to your friends, your classmates, the individuals around you. The election commission is doing their part to promote this election cycle and encourage people to run, but they cannot speak to the experience of SGA as you can. They do not know what it's like to sit in your seats, to advocate for the TU student body, so they don't have the knowledge of the impact of this work. I have some of this experience because I've been here for 14 years. I was also an SGA student, not here at Towson, but I've seen the work that's come out of this group. So it is important that you encourage those around you to consider running. You are the best advocates for SGA. So anything you can do to share with your networks, the flyers I've handed out today, that would be a big help. And then the last piece is something Jordan, I think, might have actually reached out to you all about. So on the back of the flyer, or it might be the front, depending which way you picked it up, it's a 2-sided flyer. The election commission is hosting 3 interest sessions, one tomorrow night, one on Thursday on Zoom, and one next week. We are looking for current SGA students to talk about your experience. 2 students that may want to join SGA, but might not know what it's about. This would be a chance for them to hear about you, about your experience. What does it mean? You know, sometimes they don't know, like, man, SGA is a whole lot of meetings, and we want to give them the full picture of what it means to be part of student government before they go ahead and fill out their petitions. The election commission will moderate it. If you do choose to participate, we're looking for a panel of roughly 3 students for each session. So if you're interested, I'm gonna ask you to follow up with Jordan. Did you send an email, Jordan?
I said no.
Okay, it's on the group, I guess. But please follow up with Jordan. We have a couple students who have reached out already to him, so he has your names, but we're still looking for a few more students. It would mean a lot to me personally if you are able to volunteer your time to be part of one of those sessions. Our goal is to get as many students to run as possible. And this should be something that should be a shared vision for everybody in this room, because you want the best representatives for this body. So the more students run, the more choices our student community has. With that being said, my office is in student activities office, which is right across the hall from the SGA suite. If you have any questions about running for SGA and you want to talk to me more privately than this forum, you're welcome to come over to my office or set up a meeting. My email is just crendosh, so crendosh is on the agenda at towson.edu. I'm happy to answer any questions there. If there are any questions now about the election, I'm happy to answer them in this space. All right, I saw your hand first. Okay. Okay. You can borrow mine.
I'm just curious on like, what's like the statistical part of the election, like in like the past 5 years, I know if you want to exclude COVID, how competitive have the elections been overall?
That's a good question. Honestly, thank you. That is a great question. Also part of the reason I am here. So even prior to COVID really threw everything for a loop, but our elections have really been hit or miss, and miss in a big way for certain positions. We've had certain elections where our executive board positions were completely uncontested. We had one ticket that ran or one group of students, and that was literally it. We have not had more than, so you're all aware, 18 senator positions and all 5 justice positions are on the ballot. The remaining Senate positions are held for freshman and transfer appointments. But we've not had more than 18 senators run in at least 7-8 years, at least, probably closer to a decade. So it's been a long time since, and if I was not, this is not safe, but even in the room now, I do not believe you guys have a full Senate, right? So part of this is we want to build your group up to a full capacity, and really we need your guys' help to help spread the word. Like I said, we can encourage people to run, but people need to want to be involved in this organization. There you go, Steve.
I do have an okay. Your date for the petitions to be due, that's for senators, or is that for everybody, or is that just for presidents?
Great question. So anybody that's going to be running for any position must have their petition in by April 7th, 4 p.m. The positions that are up for election every year per your constitution and the election policy are president, vice president, treasurer, attorney general, 18 senator positions, and 5 justices. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jordan / Marnice, I think we've talked about this. Director applications are technically available for next year already?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Sorry. I was gonna have to go through the table, so.
Yeah, so I created director applications, but I gave petitions out to directors just in case, because it wasn't created fully yet, paper. But it is now a paper copy, so you can just come to me and get that filled out.
All right, and I do want to elaborate. So the elected positions would be on the ballot and be voted for. We are doing the applications for director positions more as a courtesy. Whoever the newly elected executive board is, they will end up appointing the directors. So for right now, we're just collecting applications for interest, but whoever is elected to those positions, they will review that pile of applications, maybe even do more promotion to collect more applicants. But the election commission is just coordinating that as a courtesy for SGA. Yeah, go ahead.
So the date, this seems earlier than last year. Last year seemed like last time, because I know I ran last May. Is that, or kind of late April, kind of during Greek week? Is that?
So thanks for the question. So technically the timeline last semester and last year and this year are actually exactly the same. Petitions became live last year, the Monday after spring break. For those that might have been in SJ at that time, there was actually a resolution that was passed looking to move the SJ election cycle up roughly 1 week to allow for more transition. So it actually will follow the same timeline. It's just the petitions that are due on the 7th. The election dates themselves are April 19th and 20th. And those were gonna be, and once you sign up for petition, it has all the information for the full timeline. If there's a question, I'll pass to Jaden. Sorry, I just can't get over there easily, so.
I don't know if this is the right time to ask, what else is the election commission doing to raise voting rates among students for these elections?
Great question. So for right now, the real priority for us is to get as many candidates to run as possible. There will be a separate campaign that's going to focus toward voting. And I'll tell you the reality of the situation and based on history too. Without enough candidates, the interest in the elections go up, the more people that are running, and the less candidates we have, the less people are interested. And what we have found throughout my time here is what happens is if you are running for whatever position, Senate, Justice, President, doesn't matter. You are now an active person out campaigning and promoting the election cycle. So that helps us in spreading our network of who all is going to be aware of it. So the more candidates we have, the more social media influence, the more flyers that are going up, the more engagement of actual campaign events that are happening on campus. So that is our biggest push right now, is to push candidacy. That being said, once we get into the actual voting, the election commission will be hosting polling locations throughout campus. So you will see them out from anywhere from Freedom Square over to West Village. The big thing that we will do on the election dates to draw a lot of attention is I've already ordered 900 Dunkin' Donuts from on campus. So if you vote on campus on one of our polling days, you can get a free donut. So part of this is there will be a bunch of things leading into that week. We'll be promoting the SGA debates where they can learn about the candidates, as well as a whole host of flyering. And I will want to shout out your communications team who is building us on an elections website currently, along with elections page on your website, along with actually posting all of our digital flyers on your guys' social media. So they have a whole document like in terms of their plans, but right now just want people to write. Chris, you have a question?
When can you start using like social media to like promote like your campaign and stuff like that?
Great question. So on April 7th at 4 o'clock. So that will be the time when people will become formal recognized candidates. It's called formal campaigning. That is when you can begin to formally announce your candidacy and actually start. Give it it's my handy one.
How would voting,
How would voting for 18 senator positions work?
Great question. So the way it'll happen is they'll be listed on the ballot in randomized order every time that the ballot is loaded. So let's say 30 people are running. The top 18 candidates that receive the most votes will receive those positions.
Top 18.
The top 18, correct. So, and this goes back to the previous question before about what does voter engagement look like? The reality is we haven't had 18 plus senators run in a very long time. Our goal is that my goal is always to have a contested election across all positions. And I'm not sure we're going to get that, but we're going to do the best we can. And I'm hoping the more people we get to run, it's a slow process. We'll keep recruiting more and more students, hopefully over time as time goes. Yes, Delina. Sorry, I don't.
This is mostly like a comment, like, because last year, the first time of voting, it was me and this other person, although we're only two doing like senator position. And it was actually really fun. And it was actually a fun campaign. Were you the first session or second? Oh, yes. So then I was like, I really encourage you guys to like promote it to like people to like actually run during the senator position and the justices, because it was fun to actually, you could do a speech at debate and like be a part of it and learn about the election process. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll shout out to Leah. She gave a great speech at the debate about why she wanted to run, even though she was guaranteed to run. So part of this is about like saying like, why are you doing this? What is this? Why is this important to you? Why does it matter? And the more you talk about it with your friends and try to encourage them to also run, maybe members within your student organizations or other involvement on campus. We have emails that went out to all the student board presidents. Our election commission is going to certain student group meetings that have responded to them to actually do presentations similar to this one. They have a whole like PowerPoint they've been doing. I think they recently went to freshman council, but they have or maybe that's next week. I can't recall, but they're literally going across trying to encourage people to run. So like I said, if you're enjoying your experience, if you care about this organization, do your part, encourage people to sign out a petition, run. And if you have specific questions about campaigning, or if you're nervous about it at all, you can definitely come talk to me. I can give you, guidance, advice, or at least put your mind at ease. It's not that hard. It is a good experience to do. Any other final questions? I want to thank you guys for your attention and your time today, and I hope we get
Thank you again, Chris. Great job. Fantastic. Always a pleasure. All right. Is there any public participation or student concerns? Great. Hearing none, we'll now move into communications advisory report.
Happy Tiger Tuesday.
Happy Tiger Tuesday.
Welcome back. I'm excited that y'all are back on campus. I hope everyone had a good spring break. I actually kind of missed you. It's quiet around here when you're not here. I have two major announcements. First one, on behalf of Chris, who is here with us, tomorrow's town hall. So student org town hall is from 3:30 to 5 p.m. It's an opportunity for organization leaders to share their concerns, their thoughts, or just anything about what's happening. But a specific note, which is connected to my second announcement, is that during tomorrow's town hall, we'll have a conversation about the updated financial processes for student organizations. I think I mentioned this in announcements before the break. So Vicki Young, who's the longtime budget manager, is retiring this Friday. So her last day in the office means there's some transition coming for how student organizations spend their money on campus. We have two staff members in the Campus Life portfolio who are supporting and holding on to those processes. We want to make this transition as smooth as humanly possible. And so I'm asking for especially all of our senators, and as you are liaisons to student orgs, that you are communicating with them and reminding them that there is an updated process for spending money. There is a form that's been created. It's called the purchase request form. It was emailed out from Chris earlier today to primary contacts and treasurers. It's a few paragraphs, but there's a large link at the bottom that says purchase request form. That link is also on the homepage of Involved at TU. It's in the links in the bottom right corner, and there will be a highlight box, I guess, at the top of the page. And then there's an article that also shares information about what this new process looks like. We understand that transitioning in the middle of a semester is not ideal. But because someone's retiring, like, we couldn't help that. And we want to make sure we can keep up with the flow at the end of the spring semester when people are celebrating and hosting a lot of events. We want to make sure you get what you need. So if you have questions about the student org changes or the process, I encourage you to actually read those articles and the emails that were sent out. There's an email address that was created. It's called sgafinance@towson.edu that our staff are monitoring. So if you have questions about financial anything, you can email that email account. Someone will get back to you to answer your questions. That was a lot of information, but I really, really, really need you all to be on board with sharing and reminding students that in order for us to pay for something through the university, whether it's their SGA allocated money or their student org money, that they have to submit that form. Any questions? Oh, I explained that well. Great. I yield.
The Appropriations Committee. Government Operations Committee.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, y'all. So yesterday at our committee meeting, we had the chance to review resolution number 31, and we decided to rule it favorable. Any questions? And with that, I yield.
Boards Committee.
No report.
President Coker.
Good evening, everybody. Happy Tiger Tuesday, happy post-spring break, and happy Ramadan to all who are observing the season. just a few updates, from over the spring break. First up with the presidential search committee. As you all know, it's confidential, so names and such won't be shared, but I can give you just a general overview of where we are with the process. We've drafted a job description, based on the feedback that we've got from students, faculty, staff, alumni, business leaders in the community. And that'll be finalized and voted on tomorrow, and also compiled a list of potential candidates to research and kind of vet. It's a really long list and it's not really specific yet, but as we move forward, I'll again provide you with whatever information is available. Also today we had a Hunger Free Campus Task Force meeting with a generous grant from the Maryland Higher Education Commission, which actually stemmed from SJ leadership years ago advocating at Tiger Pride Day for legislation that failed that year, but just passed and allowed us to get a Hunger Free Campus grant and establish the Hunger Free Campus Task Force. So we are reinstating the Meal Swipe donation program this Thursday. You can go there any day of the week. West Village Marketplace, Noel Den, and Glen Market, so all of our marketplaces, and donate up to 2 meals per week. And students interested in receiving the donations can submit an SOS form or email SOS and request the swipes. And we're also doing some work to reduce the stigma around food resources, including pickup lockers, offering remote delivery and remote pickup as well. And thank you to the marketing department who is helping out on that effort. I was also placed on the facility naming committee to rename one of the facilities on campus. And we unanimously approved the renaming, and that's moving to the academic senate. So I'll again keep you updated on that as information is made available and more public. We also need 4 students for the Student Affairs Leadership Awards. That's an annual award that the SGA funds to student organizations, student leaders across campus. I might be missing any student leaders and student orgs really for programs and just their work around campus. So if you would like to serve in the committee that nominates and approve those awards, please let me know after GA, or just shoot me a text or email. I'll send that out to our communications as well. Lastly, election support, like Chris mentioned, March 29th, that's tomorrow. There's a session from 6 to 7. March 30th, there's another session 6 to 7 on Zoom. And then April 4th, there's a final interest session from 4 to 5. So if you're a graduating senior or a non-returning member leaving in the fall, please let me know, like the message in the group or just text me. And I'm happy to connect you with that committee. We need like at least 2 people per session. And with that, I'm moving on to member of the week. This member works to support all of our members and keep all of our students updated and informed, mostly a behind the scenes role, but really stepped up during P week. And so the executive board just wanted to recognize Director Cunningham. Thank you. Any questions? Director Johnson. Okay, are there any other questions? Okay, thank you. With that, I yield.
Treasurer Graham.
Okay, so happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. I hope you all had a lovely spring break. So as Carolyn mentioned, Vicky's last day is Friday. With that, there are also like changes inside of SGA internally with the financial process. So like now I have to also fill out a document and stuff. So with that being said, please submit your funding request on time. The last day to submit funding request is April 21st. It's a Friday, and nothing will be accepted after 5 p.m. And with that, budget hearings start tomorrow. So they go on tomorrow, Friday, and then Monday from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. A link was sent out to senators to sign up. If you can't make it, please submit an absence request for each day. You don't have to submit it for each time slot, just say that what times you can't be there. And if you can't make it, please look on the SharePoint. I have created folders for all student orgs who have submitted a budget and make comments so that we could give feedback to the student orgs or make note of what is violating the financial policy. Yeah. And then budget allocation day will be April 7th. It is also a Friday from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Lunch will be provided. And yeah, with that, I yield. Wait, is there any questions? Yeah.
Attorney General Motion.
No report.
Chief of Staff Booty.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. So along with funding requests, the last day for all event proposals will be April 21st at 5 p.m. as well. And then we do have the time for the banquet. So it's gonna be May 12th from 6 to 9 p.m. I just sent everyone a calendar invite for that. And then as far as elections go, as far as petitions and everything like that, please, no campaigning in the office. Please do not get your petitions signed in the office, and things like that. So make sure you're doing everything outside of the office. Inside the office, just act like there's no campaigning going on, there's no election going on. Is everyone clear about that? Does anyone have any questions about that part? Okay, with that, you. Oh, is there a question? Oh, that you.
Department of Academic Affairs, Department of Campus Activities, Department of Civic Engagement.
Tiger Tuesday. First I want to say thank you to the funding committee. We have had refund games, which was awesome to see. We funded the Eco Career Fair. So that's a virtual fair for students to learn about eco-friendly careers that they may have available to them. So things in tech, things in conservation, that kind of stuff. So big thank you. On Thursday, we have a few meetings. So from 2 to 3, we have a meeting with some of the Greek life councils to discuss a Camp Food event. So I'll be there if you want to come or you have any input that you would like to give, please feel free to just talk to me and we can figure something out. From 3 to 4, we have our annual safety day discussion. So every year we have a safety day, sort of like a fair for students to learn about safety on campus and off campus. And that is currently in discussions. So we're figuring that out, but if you would like to come or participate, it is 3 to 4, and just talking about that. Just a quick reminder that the Earth Day block party is on the 19th of April. Again, pretty simple. I don't know how much help we're going to need, but we will probably need it. So I'll talk to you about that when we get better hints about all that. Last but not least, the Student Environmental Organization is having a stream cleanup this Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. So if you are missing out on any service hours or anything like that, just talk to me and we can go there together. Any questions? Yes, Stephen.
What time for Greek life again?
So the Greek life meeting is from 2 to 3 p.m. on Thursday. Any other questions? All right, with that, yield.
Department of Communications.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. Hope you had a nice spring break. We're making changes to the SGA website for the election, the SGA election, so it will be done by the end of the week. Me and Director Cunningham, we're planning a Live to Win It event that will be going on in April. Be on the lookout for that coming soon. We're collaborating with the Community Service Department for a community service event. More information will be on that tomorrow that we're going to share with you all. We're also doing 2 TikToks at the end of GA, so if you want to be a part of one or both, either or, just stay please after for a little bit, it won't take long. And yeah, any questions? How you?
Department of Community Outreach.
Hi, everyone. So first, thank you to everyone that came out to the Community Service Day to NPV last 2 weeks ago. And it went really well. We made like about 200 bags for the kids at John Hopkins Hospital. And we're working right now to have a visit there at John Hopkins Children's Center. But we have a limit of people. We have a limit of 10 people. So if you're interested, just let me know. We don't have a date yet, but it's probably gonna be like end of April. Also, yesterday I sent out a volunteering opportunity in the group chat. I think it's next week. I'll send out the flyer. If you want me to send out again, I can send it to you. And if you're interested, please let me know. Assistant Director Perry also sent another volunteering opportunity in the group chat. It's in the administration one, but there's a form that you need to fill out. So please fill it out ASAP. It only takes like 10 seconds. So please fill it out. And lastly, Ramadan is here, and SGA is collaborating with MSA, PSA, SAS, and CSD to have free iftar dinners for students. I sent out that one in the chat as well. The first one is March 29, which is tomorrow. It's from 7 to 11 in ballroom
in ballroom A and B. So, but there's a registration for that as well. There's the registration for all of them. I sent both in the chat, so if you wanna come and get some food, you can do that as well. And please register in advance because they're gonna check, the names and the IDs at the doors. Any questions?
Did you say there was already, sorry, did you say there's already a sign up for the one with Johns Hopkins?
No, there's no sign up for that because we don't have a date for that. We're still in contact with them to find a date. But if you're interested in that, just send me a text so I have your name, and when we have a date, I can just let you know. Any other questions?
Diversity and inclusion.
Hi, everyone. Hope you all had a good spring break and having a good Tuesday and adjusting. So for me, pretty much, next week is Not to You, which is very exciting. So yeah, so that's gonna be next Thursday. It's gonna be happening out in Tiger Plaza. So it'll be really nice outside. It'll be happening from 1:30 to 4:30, and I'll have basically department student orgs, out helping, give you fun, informative information, but also make it very fun and everything. You go to all the tables and you get to fill out your punch card. And then once you're done, you can get some Not to You merch and some food and everything like that. So hopefully it'll be very fun, everything. So hope y'all can be there. Also probably just need a few volunteers just to help out with the SGA table, and also maybe just to watch out for the food and merch. So I'll probably put up a sign up genius for that. So I have some office hours and everything like that. Also, next month is Autism Awareness Month. So me and Reverend Winslow, we want to do, an event. So we're probably going to meet with Chris Strong, who was in charge of like the neurodiverse panel last semester, and they're doing stuff as well for this semester. So we're going to meet with them and hopefully try to coordinate some events as well, which is very exciting. So yes, that's pretty much everything for me. Does anyone have any questions at all? All right, with that, I yield.
One of personal privilege.
Hi, everyone. Happy Tiger Tuesday. I hope everyone had a really good break. So first, I'd like to mention that I have sent out a sign-up link in the group me for the Out of the Darkness Campus Walk for Suicide Prevention. It's going to be May 6th, and it'll be held on Towson Townfield. So if you're able to come out to that, it's a Saturday. It'll be great if we have volunteers. It's a great opportunity to shine a light in our community and also be able to represent SGA. And also, Wellness Wednesdays are still happening. Our endometriosis post will be up tomorrow, so I'm really excited about that. Also, Assistant Director Dodson and I have decided that next week's topic will be autism in honor of April being Autism Awareness Month. So special shout out to Director Cunningham for working with us on this initiative. We really appreciate the work you've done. And we would also appreciate everyone's interaction with our posts. Lastly, April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and so we'll be hosting 3 events, a self-defense class, Denim Day, and It's on Us interactive panel. I'll be able to provide more information about that as the upcoming week comes up. And although I won't be here next Tuesday, I just wanted to let you all know that I'm still available to all of you, so please don't hesitate to reach out if you ever need me. Any questions? All right, with that, I yield.
Higher Ed. Department of Legislative Affairs.
Hi, everyone. So far our department has been working on some marketing to provide like students on like the Tiger Pride Day bills on what's happening so far with the bills, an update to see like what we did actually create change, and then we're gonna provide another update after the session. So that's pretty exciting. And then we're also like meeting with some people this week that want to collaborate with us on some legislative stuff. So yeah. Any questions? That I am.
Department of Special Projects.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. Just two quick announcements. So please send me event proposals 4 weeks before your events. I be getting a lot of proposals 2 days before your event. I don't think that's gonna work. Second, a lot of you text me through GroupMe. My group, I don't get a lot of notification on GroupMe. So if you really want me, you can text me on my phone number.
If you have a pen or pencil, I can just say, it's like 410-9. Okay, well, I will write it down in the. Any questions? Is that you?
Department of Marketing.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everybody. Not much, just remember the 10 days for marketing requests and be detailed so there's no confusion or back and forth. And I know some of y'all come to us in person for questions things, but even if we agree in person, please put it in email so it's on record. Any questions? Is that how you? One person.
Granted. Department of Student Organizations.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. I just want to restate the same thing. The town hall for student orgs is tomorrow, 3:30 to 5 p.m. It's online, it's virtual. I will send out an email for all the SGA members. If you guys want to join, we have a little FBA section in there where I will be asking for student orgs feedback on like the center assignment and a couple of things. So if you can join that, that would be great. And any questions? All right, with that, I give.
Happy second day back, everyone. So we have a collab next week with Passion Dance Team after GA. So please come if y'all aren't busy. And then yesterday we met with Adrian, the junior class vice president from MSU in regards to our kickball game on May 3rd. And a few details that we learned is that we're gonna have 2 teams. There's gonna be 7 people on each team, so a total of 14 people. And then we're gonna have 2 reps from each school. Morgan State's gonna provide us with the refreshments and referee shirts, and then we are gonna get a DJ and stuff. And also, we are looking for one more mentor for our pageant. So if you guys are interested, please either email me or talk to me after today. Any questions? And with that, I yield.
Disability representative.
Right, hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to school. Just a few really quick announcements. Really excited to be working with the DSU to help organize one of the final events for the Neuroverse later in April. It's going to be a disability and LGBTQ crossover event. So stay up or, stay tuned for that. More updates are coming. And also, like Director Ramos said, working to organize an event for Autism Awareness Month. So we're really, really excited. Lots of good things in the works. Any questions?
University of Reading Government Representative.
Hey, good evening, everybody. So first, I would like to thank Justice Adenika and other SGA members for coming to URG's General Assembly 2 weeks ago for the first half of our elections, exec board elections. They didn't have to come, but they still decided to, and that was appreciated. We're moving into the second part of that tonight. We're moving into the second half of that tonight with the remaining positions on the executive board and post if there are any vacancies, after which we will fill the appointing from the president-elect. And that's that. So once again, if you want to come out, that's accepted. And lastly, next week is House and Tiger Games. Yes, next week is House and Tiger Games. Feel free to distribute those flyers that got sent in the group meet to friends and everything. Come out to one of the days. The first event is on the 4th, Tuesday. We will be in West Village Commons, Ballroom C.
And we'll be doing fun indoor games, including trivia, guessing the songs and those kinds of things. That'll be from 3 to 7. And then throughout the week, all the way till Friday, we'll have just a bunch of different events. When we'll include a kickball game, dodgeball, so many different things. So please come out, and then a whole field day on Friday and all that. So please come out. That's the one event that I do want you to come to. Let that be on the record. Is there any questions about those two things? All right, and with that, I yield. Transfer to the representative.
Hey guys, I'm back. So for Transfer Council, they have a community service event collab with Do Better. And then there's another event coming up next week, details to follow. And with that, I yield.
Transfer council representative.
Hi. Oh, okay. Hi, my name, I'm from Freshman Council. We had our Women's History Month tabling yesterday. Thank you for everyone who came. Had a meeting with the freshman core consistents and mentors, which our pageant is on April 21st. So you guys can make out from 5 to 9. And we're also really interested in one more mentor. So if you can volunteer, please reach out to us. We went over how the pageant's gonna run and how it's gonna go. We also got in contact with Lambada, Kappa, the Bill Club to collaborate and meet with the pageant. And we also have a meeting with ECS on Friday to discuss like life, things going on stage, and any questions? With that, I yield.
One of personal privilege.
Granted. No, you're right. I mean.
Happy Thanksgiving Tuesday, everybody. So the Know Your Rights campaign has started this week, now, right? We had an interactive post today on the Towson SJ Instagram, so interact with it. Tomorrow is the panel and trivia night. I would love if you all came out. It's from 6 to 8 in ballroom C. I'll send details tonight or in the morning. And then we have another tabling Thursday. I'll send out another sign up genius. Hopefully you guys can help. Yeah, any questions? There I am.
All right, so our report, happy Tiger Tuesday, guys. So I heard that we get finalized all the events we're doing. Next week is when it'll happen. Like I said last week or 2 weeks ago, there will be enabling. So yeah. Also, the next 3 GAs, we will have people coming as speakers, one of which will be interim president Moreau. So just make sure that you're representing yourself well in the organization, as it will be a lot of other people in our space within the next month. Also, Senator's Corner, I believe 2 of you will be featured on there soon. And also, the legislation that's coming in seems to be from like the same, like 2 to 3 senators. So like everybody, this is the time to finalize all your legislation that the semester is starting to the end. So let's make sure that we're doing that. Question?
Either way. I have a question. Regulate the mic. Just wanted to ask. Will senators get office hours for going to their own event? There's no tabling, office hours for your senator.
Oh, yeah, there's no team. So
you don't-
so you say like you go to the event, do you want office hours, right?
Are we?
So for the event, you want office hours for going to the event. That's what you're saying? Is that the question? Yeah, information to follow. Information to follow. I was talking to the board, but I don't know. Well, our board says no, but you want to talk about it. It should be fun. I think y'all will like it. Hopefully y'all will come. It's for y'all. And then also I'm participating in the Admitted Students Day on this weekend as well. Are there any questions? I agree. Did I yield? I'm gonna ask that you guys bear with me today. My voice is a little bit shot.
Damon do the legislative agenda for today?
Please.
I can't talk. Oh, good, all right.
You gotta like that mic.
All right, are there any Facebook board first?
Like that mic.
We have no opinions.
Fantastic. All right, we'll now move into unfinished business. Are there any motions on the board? Senator White,
I motion to review resolution 30.
is there a second? Senator Donovan.
Second.
All right, we'll now move to a vote to review resolution 30. All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstaining? All right, with that, we'll now move into reviewing resolution 30. All right, this is another confirmation bill. Sarah, could you please come to the front and give us the reasons why you would like to be in SGA? That microphone.
Oh, thanks. Hello. I'm a little bit nervous here. Okay. Hi, everybody. First and foremost, my name is Sarah on the model. I go by NASA, my nickname. The reason why I like to join SGA because of change. I like to see, hear from the students. I like to hear the problems that's going on in our society. So, as your next person on the team, I like to difference like you guys. So, yeah.
Does anybody have any questions for Sarah? Great. All right, with that said, just step outside. Senator White.
No, I will call the question.
Okay, well, she-
Somebody has a statement back there. I will go.
Do you have any issues with mine? Like anything you're already planning on doing?
Yeah.
Well, I did mention to Vice President here about more hours on the Student Help Center, like tutoring center, to give more hours for students. Cause I've noticed that like we have, some of us have late classes, so it's kind of like after class, we didn't have as much help. So to literally boost more hours to get more access and help. So that's one of my things.
Any other questions? All right, Ben. All right, Sarah, could you just take a step outside and we'll move into please give her another round.
Are there any other motions on the floor? Senator Crosby?
Make a motion to review resolution number 31.
Is there a second? Senator Dingle?
A second.
All those in favor? Okay. All those opposed? Abstaining? So now we move into review resolution number 31. Senator Crosby, since it's your bill, no? A little discussion for us, please. Quick reminder real quick, all senators, you guys have to vote, so. And we're gonna redo the vote real quick, so,
He was a no vote, and I just made sure that he voted, he was the one that.
it wasn't. We just gonna redo the vote real quick. Going back to the vote on resolution number 31, all those in favor of reviewing it? All those opposed? Abstaining? And with that, we now move to review resolution number 31. So you can go ahead, Senator Crosby.
All right, so, second reading, so I'll just kind of briefly go over it. The Public Communication Center currently has been servicing students for 5 years, but they never have permanent funding. So this resolution would urge the university to create permanent funding for the center. The department chair informed us that it would be approximately $60,000 a year. All of those funds go to completely fund the student worker in the center, less. And again, this is just to urge the university to create permanent funding for the public communication. Are there any questions?
What's your thoughts on asking the foundation for help with this? Well, as if we want to establish a endowment fund for the program.
I mean, I just think that they've been doing workarounds like this, asking people for help for 5 years. So I think now it's the time to just get permanent funding. I don't see why we can't. They've been doing this for 5 years. They've been trying to find people to fund it, provosts, funds, all kinds of stuff. So I just think it's time for them to get permanent funding.
I meant like, should we ask to include in our request the foundation as well?
Opposed. I don't more for you. I'm not really opposed.
Senator White?
To the chair, to Senator McGuire, can you explain to us what foundation or foundation you were talking about? Because I don't know, that's not going to
So the CASA Foundation is more of the nonprofit side of things to help kind of educate and pursue of health and relations. I think this is one of the key examples of where the foundation can come into play, of where they can possibly set up an endowment fund, which is basically like controlled money in order to raise funds in order to kind of host the public communication center. I was just thinking like maybe we could add therefore be there further resolve, asking about the foundation if there can be any assistance needed as well through a request from the senators.
Yield that to President Goldwood.
I think it's a good addition. I will say the T Foundation Board, I'm an ex-official member. They already heard their grant request for the year, so it wouldn't go into effect like this fiscal year. I wouldn't want that to stall it, but I do agree. An endowment is a sure long-term solution. So I would be happy to accept that. I think maybe you guys would allow, we can get some language.
You have to like make a friendly amendment, like a friendly amendment or a motion. But it'd probably be better to make a hard motion.
Yeah, you can make a clean motion.
Yeah.
I would like to make a motion to add, therefore, be it further resolved, the Student Government Association urges the Taos University Foundation to establish a permanent endowment fund for the Public Communications Center. Yeah, actually.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah. Therefore, further, the Student Government Association urges the Towson University Foundation to establish a permanent endowment fund. Don't really. For the Public Communications Center.
Senator White,
I second on that motion.
and with that, we now move into a vote for the amendment. All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstaining? And with that, the motion for the friendly amendment has passed. Vice President Edwards.
Just a quick question to, you all who thinking that, Senator McGuire, in the bill for be it resolved, it says urges the university administration to establish a permanent funding. And then we're saying, we urge the foundation to do so as well. So we're gonna urge the university and the foundation to do it.
They're two separate.
I know, but so both of them are gonna be given. That's what, like, both, we're urging both to get. I'm just asking, because that's what it reads.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. The funding is different than an endowment fund. An endowment fund is like a pool, so like people can donate to the Public Communication Center. And that money will be like in stocks or something, securities based. So therefore, that will be funding that can be accessed by the Public Communication Fund. But like an actual budget line will be from the university administration. So this is more of like savings.
Okay, I just didn't want it to be like, they see one, like, oh, they want both, so it's like,
Yeah.
Point of information.
Senator White.
So to make this clear, so I fully understand, you're going for a either this way or that way versus not one.
That's the way I interpret it, and somebody else interprets it different. We'll be now asking just for both. It's not really either or. We'll be asking for the permanent budget line, then we're also asking for the endowment funding as well.
Senator McGuire.
Yeah, and I'll say like, if you think about club sports, they have the exact same setup where they have an endowment fund for the club. And they also have the line items from the clubs where we give from the SGA. So it's kind of the same setup.
Are there any more questions on the bill? Seeing none, thank you, Senator Crosby. Senator White.
I'm good, I yield.
Okay, are there any motions on the floor? Senator Crosby.
I call the question on resolution 31.
All right, is there any second? Senator Washington Mayor. All right, all those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstaining? And with that, the call to question has passed. We can move into the vote for the actual bill. All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstaining? And with that, the motion has passed. Right, Senator Crosby. Are there any other motions on the floor? Senator Dunn Sayan.
I move to review resolution 32.
All right, is there any second? Senator Crosby.
I second.
All right, with that, we move into a vote. All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstaining? And with that, the motion is passed and we can move into resolution number 32. Seeing as it's a confirmation bill, Aaron, would you like to come up and just tell us a few bits about why you would like to be next year?
How you guys doing? So my name is Aaron, and I think I could I bring in a whole bunch of assets from your team. Through my work experience as a bartender, I have refined my leadership abilities and my communication skills. I also hope to have a more like active role throughout campus. And I think I could just bring a whole bunch of assets to the position if I can consider me.
Anyone have any questions for Aaron? Seeing none, all right, Aaron, you can just step out really quickly while we review. Thank you again. I apologize. Aaron, you can stay real quick. My apologies. Kennedy Bennett, could you also come up and tell us why you would like to be an SBA?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kennedy Bennett. I am a current sophomore majoring in communications and minoring in political science. I would like the opportunity to serve as a justice for the Student Government Association because I have a passion for law and public advocacy. My previous experiences have prepared me for this role. I was an Explorers Post program and criminal justice student for the Charles County Sheriff's Office. I have graduated from Junior Police Academy with awards in leadership and athleticism. I placed top 10 in the country for crime scene investigation. I have been a captain of my cheerleading team at the all-star level and in high school. I'm also a nominated All-American cheerleader, and I am part of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars as their community service chair and communications chair. If chosen for this role, I will help to ensure that Towson University students are represented in all aspects. I stand ready to uphold the Constitution that is regulated by the SGA judicial body. I will make every effort to ensure that the laws are being upheld to the best of my ability. This role is important to me because I have a heart for service. And as a member of the SGA Judicial Board, I would ensure that everyone is receiving fair and equitable treatment. SGA stands for leadership, commitment, and service, and I effectively demonstrate all of these principles. As a leader, I'm able to voice my opinions. I hold myself accountable. I'm hardworking, dedicated, and I value the contributions of others. I show my commitment through my actions, through my results. Whenever I take on a task or involve myself with a commitment, I make sure to follow through. And I have a huge heart for serving and giving back. I embody service by giving back and volunteering, whether that be within my school community or surrounding community. And once again, my name is Kennedy Bennett, and thank you for considering.
Does anyone have any questions for Kennedy? Seeing none, okay, could you guys please step out for a moment and discuss? Congratulations. Y'all can sit down. Congratulations. Aaron, you can sit with the J boy now. Sarah, next week you'll be sitting over here with the Senator. Congratulations. Are there any announcements?
Yes.
Solicitor General Brown.
I actually have two announcements. Come to Lido's, Louis is having a fundraiser, and I know y'all hungry, so go to Lido's, get some pizza. And my second announcement is, please come out tomorrow. There will be food and prizes, like, come.
Senator Brahimi.
I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
Is anybody second? Senator White.
I second.
I would now move to a vote to adjourn. All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstaining? With that, the motion is passed. We are now adjourned.
I still had an announcement, actually. I need Evan, Damon, Jordan, Levy, Jordan, I mean, not Evan, I'm sorry. Jordan.
TikTok time.
And then, y'all are gonna be in this TikTok. Y'all need to come up here in the corner. Yeah, you. Thank you. Senators, please do not forget about budget hearings. It is your constitutional duty to be there. Please and thank you.
I